Hey guys, and welcome to Wrestling Days. So it struck me yesterday when I was compiling the video for the celebrity appearances for this year's WrestleMania, just how similar this year's WrestleMania already appears to be to WrestleMania 28. I've come up with a few kind of similarities. Some of them are quite striking. I think the main one that really stands out is the records. WrestleMania 28 is still the highest grossing pay-per-view in the history of WWE. Obviously it was that massive once in a lifetime that turned out to be twice in a lifetime John Cena Rock match, and they spent a whole year building on that, and it got the result, you know, highest grossing pay-per-view of all time for WWE. Obviously the record for WrestleMania 32, they could get the highest grossing, but obviously the network has changed everything, so it's very difficult to work out buy rates and things along those lines, because the people that watch on the network aren't necessarily the same number of people that would have shelled out, you know, $50–$70 to have bought it, you know, a few years ago. So I'm not sure how they calculate that so much these days, but obviously the big record they're going for is the largest audience to attend a wrestling event in the US. That is currently held by WrestleMania 3, which was headed up famously by Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant, and that stands at just over 93,000. Now I'm not sure if that's true reflection of the amount of people that were there, because it's been reported the WWE inflated that number, but it still stands as the record. The actual record for a wrestling event worldwide is actually held by WCW, or joint venture actually, WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW. They did an event together called Collision in Korea in 1995. This was a 2-day event, and on the second day they drew 160,000 people. I was reading earlier actually that this is one of only 16 pay-per-views missing off the network, and it's a WCW one obviously, so you might be able to find it out there. I would be very interested in exploring that a little more and seeing what the matches were and digging into that. This doesn't feel like the right video to do that, but certainly I think over the next few days, coming weeks, I will dig into that Collision in Korea, because that whole thing sounds fascinating. As I say, I think day 1 they drew 120,000, day 2 160,000. Again, it's reported that that's been inflated, but it still would be over the 93,000 that WrestleMania 3 drew. So the first similarity between WrestleMania 28, WrestleMania 32, as I say, is the fact that they are both on track in regards to WrestleMania 32 to be record-breaking. Second similarity is the music. Flow Rider actually provided the track Wild Ones, and Good Feeling as well were 2 of the official anthems for WrestleMania 28. Obviously the big anthem for WrestleMania 32, it's on all the trailers, is My House, and again it's Flow Rider. This is where it starts to get a little bit spooky now in regards to similarities. Shawn Michaels is rumoured to be the guest referee during the Triple H Roman Reigns match this year, and he was actually guest referee as well at WrestleMania 28 in the Triple H match. It was Undertaker Triple H that time, Hell in a Cell. Shawn Michaels was guest ref, and this year the rumours are that he will be guest referee. They tried to get Batista, but Batista wasn't interested, so you should see in the coming weeks Shawn Michaels get involved, and if he does become referee, guest referee, then that would be the third similarity. Fourth similarity is that both WrestleManias have been headlined, or appear to be headlined, by a match that's not the WWE Championship match. WrestleMania 28, it was John Cena against The Rock. Title wasn't involved. Champion at that point was actually CM Punk, and so massively overshadowed was CM Punk against Jericho for the title. All the press, all the build was all about John Cena against The Rock. And I think that's what we'll see this year as well. I think WWE know that Roman Reigns is going to get a bad reaction. I think they still want to go forward with that. If they wanted to change their mind, they could have done it at Fastlane. They didn't. So I think you do see Roman Reigns win. But I think this story, the Triple H Roman Reigns story, as crazy as this might sound, I think it's going to play secondary to the Shane McMahon, Undertaker, Vince, who's going to control Monday Night Raw story. That has got so many more elements. I mean, there's so much press and rumours at the time of this video as to whether Shane's even going to compete in that match, or will Shane get someone to step in? You know, the likes of Stone Cold, the likes of John Cena, the likes of Finn Balor. Will he call someone, one of those guys, to represent him? We don't know. But certainly Monday's Raw, coming out of it, people were talking more about Shane than they were Triple H or Roman Reigns. And it does feel like they're going to try and slip the title onto Roman Reigns and just keep everything crossed that no one notices. I said in one of my other videos, I think that at the end of that title match, Seth Rollins comes out, again, just to die the boos down. The second Reigns wins, that place is going to just be a chorus of boos. It will be horrific. If you want to watch 100,000 plus boo the hell out of WrestleMania, then this would be the one to watch. But I think very, very quickly they bring Seth Rollins out just to remind Roman Reigns, and also just to distract people from booing, that the man that did hold the title and never lost the title is not far away from returning. And the final similarity that I found was, believe it or not, both WrestleManias had a match to see who would control Monday Night Raw. I mean, how incredible is that? In the history of WWE, there's really only ever been a handful of times where, you know, power has been part of a match. You know, I'm thinking back to like the billionaire versus billionaire, and one of them was to, you know, have their head shaved. That was actually Donald Trump going up against Vince McMahon. But yeah, WrestleMania 28, we had a 12-man tag match, and it was Team Theodore Long going up against Team John Laurinaitis, and the winner would control both Raw and SmackDown. John Laurinaitis won, and so for a period he controlled both brands. This year, obviously, we've got Shane McMahon, who's fighting to control Monday Night Raw, and if he loses, then he has to give Vince the contents of this lockbox, which, you know, I'm sure we'll find out more about the contents of that in the weeks to come. But yeah, quite a striking similarity, that one. For now, that's where the similarities end. We'll know a bit more as the card kind of unveils itself. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you excited for WrestleMania 32 at the moment? Do you think they'll beat the record? Can you find any more similarities between WrestleMania 28 and 32? Okay, thanks a lot for watching. I'll get another video again for you tomorrow. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, and that is @WrestlingDaysUK. We'll try and get a few more Mattel reviews through. As always, thanks a lot for watching. See you again next time.